Even to this very day, I feel the insects crawling inside me, in my skin, in my abdomen, in my antenna!
Lame!
Seriously? Are you sure it didn't bug you?
Too soon, Monokuma.
Sorry, Monokuma, but those creepypastas aren't cutting it.
If the author of this creepypasta were here, I have to say this was not his best work.
Don't be stupid, Dragonstorm. There are numbers of people who write creepypastas. There's no real original author. I mean, it's not like he or she is gonna appear out of nowhere.
Oh, I apologize. I hope I didn't startle you.
No, it was our fault. We were reading creepypastas, so it's okay if we're a bit on edge.
Creepypasta, you say? Why, those are my forte. In fact, I'm known as the super high school level writing prodigy of horror, Mr. Creepypasta.
Ugh. If this guy's name is Creepypasta, he's gotta have creepypasta stories of his very own.
That's because I'm the original creator of the creepypasta stories.
Told you there was an original author.
I influenced the minds of others, making them think they were creating creepypastas, but in truth, they were just telling my stories.
Huh. So that's how he does it.
Oh, now then, to make up for my intrusion, I would like to share some of my work with you. And believe me when I say, the stories I want to share with you are to die for.
Why not? It's better than listening to Monokuma's creepypasta stories.
Hey, it's my first try, okay?
Splendid! Let us begin with our first story. Dead and Baked. There once was a chairman who ran a grand company beloved by all. Although he loved his company, he loved cake, but never got a chance to eat some, not even on his own birthday. But Vice Chairman Mr. M was jealous of him. He wanted to run the business himself. So on the chairman's birthday, Mr. M told the chairman that there was a surprise for him out the window. But when the chairman looked out, Mr. M pushed him out and the chairman fell to his death. Oh, with the chairman dead, Mr. M took the role of the chairman. A year had passed, and Mr. M was still chairman. One fateful night as Mr. M prepared for bed, the light suddenly went out, and there was a slam! Clatter! Oh, instead of ignoring the noise, he went downstairs to investigate. Who was there, Mr. M wondered. What could it be? As he checked the kitchen, he realized that it was almost midnight, and he remembered that it was the chairman's birthday the next day. He decided to bake a cake to commemorate his achievement of becoming the new chairman. As he finished the batter and put it in the oven, out of nowhere something shoved him into the oven along with the batter, and he was roasted alive. When the batter was done and baked, someone pulled the tray out along with Mr. M's burnt body. With Mr. M's last breath, he heard a voice. I got my cake. Then he realized that the one who pushed him into the oven was the chairman's corpse!
Ah! Wow! That creepypasta wasn't terrible.
Guys? Where's Monokuma?
Oh, he's probably outside, chasing lizards.
That's actually a good point. He is a bear after all.
No wonder you failed biology class.
Speaking of lizards, would you like to hear my creepypasta called Lizard Girl?
Sure, why not? After all, we do have time to kill till Monokuma gets back.
Time to kill indeed! There once was a boy who was in love with a girl who loved reptiles. One day, she told him that her parents were going on a vacation. They leave at sunset, she told him. You can come over until they get back. The boy was thrilled. But as he walked the girl home, her father appeared in front of him and spoke to him. Do not see my daughter tomorrow night, he said. But did the boy listen? He did not. The next day, the boy dressed in his best and prepared a roast to share with the girl. Later that night, as he walked toward the girl's house, the warning from her father echoed through his mind. What's the worst thing that could happen? He figured her father could ban me from seeing her again or something. But the boy was wrong. Because the girl's father wasn't trying to warn him to stay tonight because he didn't like him. His warning was to keep him safe from his daughter's terrible condition. For you see, after spending too much time with the reptiles, she had become a were-lizard. Like a werewolf, she only transforms during the full moon, and tonight so happens to have a full moon. Her nails became claws. Her smooth skin became scaly. She grew a tail and a snout. As the boy was about to knock on the door, the were-lizard burst out and roared like a savage beast. As fate would have it, the frightened boy was still holding the roast as he had prepared. At that very moment, the were-lizard devoured the roast, and the boy along with it.
Hold on! Now Rainbow Flash is missing!
Oh, he must be in another room watching Fairy Tale.
That makes no sense. He doesn't watch Fairy Tale anymore.
I see. But you know what would make sense? Listening to another creepypasta, courtesy of yours truly.
No, thank you.
Well, too bad. This one I like to call Creep. Once upon a time, there was a creepy masked man who drew creepy sketchings in his creepy book. After creeping out his entire class half to death, his creepy sketchings actually bored a hole through his creepy book. The creepy masked man fell into the hole in the book he had bored and found himself in a world filled with wild creepers. One of the creepers charged toward him, and the masked man screamed! But the creeper stopped in its tracks. Why would I attack you, asked the creeper. You're one of us! The man was very confused because he was certainly not a creeper. That's when his arm suddenly fell off. Then the other. Then his ears. Then he grew 2 extra legs. And before he knew it, he had become the only thing he had ever known how to be. An utter, complete creep.
Aw man, did my boyfriend go missing too?
I'm afraid so.
Yeah, he probably went to Toys R Us to pick out an early Christmas present.
Mr. Creepypasta, can you give us a minute? Okay, Mr. Creepypasta is definitely lying to us. Toys R Us closed down 2 years ago. There's no way Dragonstorm would get a Christmas present there.
What are you saying?
I'm saying Mr. Creepypasta must have been putting us in his Creepypasta stories. Think about it. Mr. M from Dead and Baked could have been Mr. Monokuma, and the boy from Lizard Girl could have been my brother. But the masked man from Creep? That really confirmed my suspicions.
If what you're saying is true, how do we beat him and get our friends back?
One of us has to play bait, while the other beats him at his own game and changes the story.
But who's gonna play bait and who's gonna edit the story?
I honestly don't know. It could be any one of us. So let's go back and let fate decide who's doing what. Alright, Mr. Creepypasta, we're ready for your next Creepypasta.
Excellent! I call this one The Lake, and I assure you, it's going to slay!
Oh, I hope his plan works.
Every day when the young girl goes out to swim, her father would tell her not to go swimming in the lake in the woods. That lake would be the end of your swimming days, he used to warn her. But one fateful day, she disobeyed her father's warning and headed to the lake in the woods.
Also, her car was pink. Hey, it worked!
Look you! As she was swimming in the lake in the woods...
Dolphins jumped out of the water!
No, something tugged at her leg.
Nah, that's already been done. It's definitely dolphins jumping out of the water. Aren't you glad I'm contributing to this story? Whoa, hey!
I am not. As a matter of fact, this is my creepypasta, and if I say something pulls someone underwater, then something pulls someone underwater!
Okay, you made your point, but I just want to say, whatever is about to happen, it ain't my fault.
Huh? What? No! Ah! Ah!
You know, if you get a chance to survive, remember, be more specific about who the someone is.
No! Not me!
Whoa!
No! Ah!
Whoa! I just had the craziest dream!
Me too. Well, you two were lucky. All I had was a creepy nightmare.
Guys? What actually happened was...
Jinko, I think it's best we let this one slide.
Well, I think that's enough creepypastas for one night. Anyone hungry?
Way ahead of you, Monokuma. I brought some meat for us when we were done. So everyone, bon appetit. What was that?
Ro? Is that actually roast?
Well, yeah, I guess.
And wasn't there a creepypasta that featured a roast with a boy that ended up with them both being eaten?
Yeah, I'm starting to see where this is going. But just to be clear, is it just me or did I hear a growling sound?
You did.